Hello and welcome. This is Agent 57Cell. In this video, I'm going to make a huge fan field. Let's check my stats at the start. Mind controller 7964, linker 7764, illuminator, you can see about 561 kmu. This is some really old footage. When I first collected this footage, my computer just was not capable of handling videos of this length. I've got a better computer now, so here is this fan field I made. You can see right now what I'm doing is I'm heading north. I've captured the very first portal. Now I've headed to the very north of the lake, and I'm capturing these two portals here, ready to make the first links of this fan field. Now, the idea of a fan field really is that it's an easy way to maximize fielding in an area you know, in an area you've got lots of keys for, and you don't need a lot of planning. There's the first field of the fan field, this tiny little sliver of field down the side there. You should see it appear on Intel soon. So, as I was saying, the idea of a fan field is you don't have to plan a lot. You can just go and make some fields. But this particular fan field is much larger. There's 53 portals involved. So I did plan this out quite carefully. And I'm not making the fan field in the standard fan field order either, as you'll see. Anyway, there's another portal captured, bit of glyph hacking, and now some more links. A link in and another link in. This is the biggest field so far and the first split field of this fan field. There we go. And it's off to the next portal. So, yeah. Now I had a problem here, as this the problem that you sometimes get. My GPS location was not updating. Ingress thought I was stuck on this pathway doing nothing. In reality, I was at the next portal trying desperately to get my GPS to sync. And there you see I've flipped into somebody's house. I don't know what on earth is going on there. I'll be on the portal soon. In fact, there we go. That took a lot longer for me than it did for you watching. But at last, there we are. Now we've got the next links coming in. There we go. Back to that anchor down there. The anchor for this fan field is that portal right in the bottom left corner. Not next to the lake. It's in the neighbouring suburb. So off to the next portal. There's quite a few portals around this lake. It's a beautiful place. Here we go. Bit of glyph hacking and some linking. Now you'll see with this particular link, I don't link it back to the portals I've already linked to. That's because there's portals on the other side of the lake, which the links from them will go between the fields I've already made and these portals here. And you'll see a lot more of that happening. That's why I needed to plan it. I didn't want to have to ride around and around and around the lake so many times. This was a big set of fields. I knew I had to be as quick as possible. In the end, it took about 2 or 3 hours. I've condensed all the footage down into this video, which is obviously not 2 hours long. So there we go, another link. And you'll see here again, I don't link that back. There's going to be links that cut through between those links that I've just made. A whole lot of collection of portals here. Some of these are the links that go. Now, you'll see as I'm making the links, often you'll see other portals appear as potential links. This is because I made a mistake. I did not take all of my non-op keys and store them in a capsule. So while I'm flicking through making links, there's all these extra links proposed that I really want nothing at all to do with. I'm not there to make random links. So there we go. These three are connected. Back to these two here, and I'll capture them and link them up. And away we go. So a couple more tiny little thin fields there, and you see a lot of gaps between these links where other links are going to slice through there. Now, if you're wondering what kind of preparation I made for this, if you're making a complex plan, it really does help to list down every single step that has to be done, every single capture, every single link, every single portal people have to visit. write these all down in order so that you've basically got a to-do list. Now you see here some of the fields, some of the portals I have to capture now, and these are going to be in the plan later. They're under this massive big field. Now I'm going to have to take that field down. The person who made it won't mind because the person who made it was me. Now I've just used a Jarvis virus which may alert the enlightened that I'm up to something serious here. I'm not just randomly making fields. And I hope up to this point they would have thought, well, maybe it's just 57 cell making random links. I guess that would be a bit suspicious actually, me making random links. But anyway, now I've Jarvis something, anyone watching Intel will know that something's up. Anyone watching comms will know 57 cell destroyed his own portal. What on earth is going on? And they'll see all these links and maybe rush out. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll be able to just finish everything. But anyway, I know I have to hurry here. So I'm not wasting time. Well, I am actually. There's glyph hacking, you see. I don't actually need to do those glyph hacks, but I was doing them. So there we go. Another portal captured. These are the portals that were covered by that field earlier. You will see I'm starting to, some of these are the links that slice back through those areas that I didn't connect before. And you will see me starting to link these portals to the portals I left behind earlier, making fields, making more and more and more, making this more and more look like the bottom part of a layered field. Okay, here we go. Very soon you'll see I'll be start making some actually quite large fields. These are all very thin, just a handful of MU each. That was 150, it's one of the larger ones that has been made so far in this operation. Okay, now off to that portal there, capture it, link it, and then back to the portal I Jarvised earlier, you'll see. And that's the portal from which I'll be making a large field. So there's quite a few split fields here, quite a few layers already at this point. And here we go. Off to, oh sorry, that one, that's another one. Yes, that's another one I needed to Jarvis because those links coming off it, they actually block part of the plan. So Jarvis away, smash away, rebuild, and then link that back. Now at the moment, this looks like a bunch of random links shot from that portal in the bottom left corner, or maybe to it. The inspiration from Fanfields actually came from me trying to build up my field link ratio, trying to fill in fields around another local player who just loved to spray links from his workplace. So, that gave me a lot of practice, just seeing what was possible when someone has sprayed random links from a portal. How can you field around that? And the answer is fanfielding. I mean, fanfielding is the way to do it. So here we go, another portal here, and after this one I'm going to have to cross the road. That's quite a busy road, so Ingress does take you to, they say, pay attention to your surroundings. And there we have it, the first really large field of this, and splitting it. Okay, so off to those northern portals, they're being linked to now. Nice big blue field over the lake there. Lots of, do ducks have mines? Do carp? Okay, lots of duck and carp mine units there. At this point in the op, I've been fielding for about 2 hours, and it's obviously not complete. 2 hours is in fact what I thought the whole thing would take. My rough experience is if you trace on Google Maps and find out how long it takes to walk that distance, then ingressing is going to take maybe 3 or 4 times that. That's my experience. I mean, it's different if people have to wait for each other, if teams have to coordinate and wait for each other, or if something goes wrong, if a blocker suddenly flies through your area and you have to go out of your way to take it down. Then, of course, it will take longer. I allocated about 2 hours for this. It's already taken more than that. In the end, it took about 3 hours or so. Okay, so now I'm away from the lake and starting to link, going to another nearby lake where I'm going to link even more things back into this complicated set of and make all these split fields that are just begging to be made. All right, now I'm at a portal that's in between the first lake and another lake, which has got a whole bunch of portals I'm going to include in the plan. Some of these potential links it's proposing, they're where I'm going now. They're going to come into this field, and there we go. So now I'm going to link these back. Oh, I already own that one. That's nice. So linking that back to the top anchor, back to the original anchor, and then I'll make the split. Okay, here we go. Now the split goes in, a huge big split field. Off we go. All right, so that's, oh no, that only gave one field. And you'll see what has happened to the field that I had, the large field. Somebody has come and broken it. This guy here, he's a really great guy. He's a really enthusiastic player. It really wasn't a surprise that he popped out to break it. I did ask him, you know, I said in comments, I wasn't done. He thought I was done. I think if I had told him, you know, just hold on for another half hour, he may have. Who knows? Anyway, he's a great guy. Anyway, now what I'm going to do is rush back to the anchor that he's just taken, because I expect him to head to the northern portals now. He's broken the main anchor. I expect him to head to the northern portals now and start smashing them. But let's have a look at the stats. 8025 Mind Controller, 7834 links, and MU total is now 578k. So I've made a total of 61 fields, 70 links. I've damaged my field link ratio, but that's okay. And almost 17,000 MU. If you make a fan field from scratch, you will, even if it's a perfect triangle, you will make 2 more links than fields. So anyway, now I'm back at the original anchor. But if you look carefully, you'll see I've made a terrible, terrible mistake. I'm trying to rethrow as much of the field as possible, but I am rethrowing from the wrong anchor. There are 2 portals there, Playground East, Playground West. I've picked the wrong one. So many of the links I'm throwing, none of the links I'm throwing are the original links in the plan, and many of the splits that I could have got, I just can't get now because the geometry of the portals is wrong. If you want to rethrow a fan field, rethrow from the anchor, not from something near the anchor, unless the portals in your fan field are really spaced apart, and it's not going to be any problem. But for me, this mistake cost me dozens of fields, thousands of MU over the coming week, where me and Irtalan played tag, basically. Him breaking the field and me rebuilding it, him breaking it, rebuilding it, until one of us got sick of the game. I'm not sure which one. So finally, after that attempt to rebuild, 8041 fields, that's another 16, 7854 links, that's another 16, and 581 KMU, that's another almost 3000 MU. And there we have it. This is Agent 57 Cell. Thank you for watching. Go out there and make some fan fields or other awesome fields. See you soon.